Hello and welcome. I'm Reshma Shah, a pediatrician and award-winning author, a mom, and a home cook. And today we're going to talk about all things oatmeal. Oatmeal has gotten a lot of bad press lately, but today I'm here to share 3 reasons why oatmeal is a great option for breakfast and 3 different ways that you can enjoy it. Stay till the very end because I'm going to share a bonus recipe that's going to take your oatmeal to the next level. So before we get into how to make and enjoy oatmeal in a variety of ways, I want to start by letting you know that you don't have to be afraid of oatmeal. Oatmeal can be a great option for breakfast because it's convenient, nutritious, healthy, and not to mention delicious. Oats are widely available at supermarkets, and you can often find them in the bulk bin at many grocery stores. They last for a long time in the pantry and offer an easy, shelf-stable option for breakfast. They're also quite economical at just under 50 cents per half cup serving. Oats are also nutritious and offer many potential health advantages. They contain vitamins and minerals including manganese, B vitamins, iron, selenium, magnesium, and zinc. Additionally, the phytonutrients in oats have antioxidant properties and may help to reduce inflammation. Oats are also a good source of fiber and contain a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which can help regulate blood glucose and lower cholesterol levels. The fiber in oats also supports digestive health by promoting regular bowel movements and feeding beneficial gut bacteria. And now, on to the good stuff. I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can prepare your oats. I'll start by showing you each technique and then come back to show you how you can add additions that are going to make your oatmeal even more delicious and nutritious. And I'll have a summary description of each of these techniques in the notes below. The first preparation is steel-cut oats. Steel-cut oats are made from oat groats, which are oat grains in their raw state, essentially the whole intact kernel that has been sliced with a steel blade into coarse little pieces. Of the 3 variations, steel-cut oats are the least processed and therefore require a longer cooking time. But the good news is that you can make a batch of steel-cut oats at the beginning of the week, store them in a glass container, and reheat them for a quick and easy breakfast throughout the week. To make the steel-cut oats, add 1 cup of steel-cut oats to a small pot along with a teaspoon of cinnamon and a tiny pinch of salt. I love the flavor of cinnamon in my oats, and cinnamon is thought to have some potential health benefits, from improving insulin sensitivity and lowering blood glucose levels to reducing inflammation and lowering cholesterol levels. Toasting the oats and cinnamon in a dry pot for just a minute or 2 before adding any liquid brings out its nutty flavor. For steel-cut oats, I recommend an oat to liquid ratio of 1 to 4. So 1 cup of steel-cut oats would need 4 cups of liquid. You can use water, plant-based milk, or a combination of the 2. For more information about plant-based milks, check out my recent video on how to choose the best plant-based milk for your family. My preferred method for steel-cut oats is to use 2 cups of water and 2 cups of plant-based milk. I like the consistency that this gives my oats, and using a fortified plant-based milk provides additional nutrients such as calcium. Bring the mixture to a gentle boil and then lower the heat to simmer for 15 to 20 minutes until the oats are cooked through. Stirring the ingredients every few minutes as they're cooked gives the oats a creamier texture. And you can see how creamy and delicious these oats look. The second preparation is rolled oats on the stovetop. Rolled oats are steamed groats that have been flattened with a roller. They cook much quicker than steel-cut oats. I find that rolled oats don't hold up their texture as much as steel-cut oats, so I tend not to batch cook these. To make stovetop rolled oats, place half a cup of oats, a dash of cinnamon, and a very tiny pinch of salt in a small pan or pot. Next, you're going to add your plant-based milk. For rolled oats on the stovetop, I recommend an oat to liquid ratio of 1 to 2. So for half a cup of rolled oats, I use about a cup of plant-based milk. You can use slightly more or less depending on how dry or wet you prefer your oatmeal. I'm using unsweetened fortified soy milk for a little extra boost of protein. Bring the oats to a simmer, stirring frequently, and cook for 5 to 10 minutes until cooked through and creamy. The final preparation is the easiest and one of my favorite ways to enjoy oats, especially if you need a breakfast on the go, which is overnight oats. I like using a glass mason jar, but any container will work. Just make sure that it's big enough to mix in and hold all of your toppings. For my overnight oats, I like to add in some seeds to boost the nutrition and to give it a more pudding-like texture. You could use chia seeds, hemp seeds, or a combination of the 2. You could also use ground flaxseed, but it sometimes gives the oats a gummy texture that I don't especially like, so I prefer chia seeds or hemp seeds. For today's overnight oats, I'm going to add half a cup of rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of hemp seeds, and 1 teaspoon of chia seeds, a generous dash of cinnamon, and for a little extra flavor, a small pinch of cardamom. Cardamom has a pretty strong flavor, so don't add too much, as it can easily become overpowering. And of course, you can skip the cardamom altogether if you're not a fan. For overnight oats, I like to use the same ratio of liquid to oats as my rolled oats, 1 part oats to 2 parts liquid, because I tend to like my oats on the looser, creamier side, but you could use less liquid if you prefer a drier version. So the night before, or about 12 to 24 hours ahead of time, add your plant-based milk. Stir to combine, cover it with a lid, and store in the refrigerator until you're ready to enjoy. I made this batch of overnight oats last night, and you can see the texture. So this is what a 1 to 2 ratio of 1 part oats to 2 parts milk will give you. And if you like it a little bit on the drier side, add a little less milk, and if you like it even creamier, you could add a little more plant-based milk. For my steel cut oats, I'm going for an apple pie type of vibe. So I'm going to mix in just a tablespoon of almond butter and some finely diced apples. I like to chop my apples nice and fine so that I make sure to get apple in every single bite. I'm going to top it with just a few chopped walnuts and a little extra dash of cinnamon just to finish. For my stovetop rolled oats, I'm going in the direction of good old peanut butter and jelly. I'm going to mix in just a tablespoon of peanut butter, a little drizzle of maple syrup for some extra sweetness, and for my jelly, I'm just going to use some fresh raspberries. And I'll top that with a few chopped pecans for a little added crunch. For my overnight oats, I'm sharing a bonus recipe that's going to have you putting breakfast together in no time. I love making a fruit compote that I can make ahead of time and then use in my oatmeal throughout the week. This type of a compote can work well when fruits like berries aren't in season because it works really well with frozen fruits. The possibilities are endless in terms of flavor combinations, and today I'm using frozen blueberries with vanilla and lemon. In a small pot, combine 1 10 to 12 ounce bag of frozen blueberries, the zest of 1 lemon, about 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Over medium heat, you're going to bring this to a simmer and cook until the berries have softened and released their juices for about 5 to 10 minutes. And you can see how the blueberries have softened and released their juices, and the smell from the vanilla and the lemon is just amazing. And now all you're going to do is to store your compote in a glass container. And for my overnight oats, I'm actually just going to top it with that delicious blueberry compote that we just made. And you can see all the juices released from the blueberries create a nice syrupy texture. And garnish with just a few chopped almonds. And there you have it, oats 3 ways. We've got our steel cut oats with almond butter, diced apple, and chopped walnuts. Our stovetop rolled oats mixed in with peanut butter, a little maple syrup, fresh raspberries, and toasted pecans. And our overnight oats with a simple, easy, delicious blueberry compote and some chopped almonds to finish. These are just a few simple ways that you can enjoy oatmeal. And again, oatmeal is not something that you need to fear. It's a satisfying, nutritious, delicious, and convenient breakfast that your family can enjoy. I'd love to know what your favorite way of enjoying oatmeal is. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos featuring plant-based recipes as well as nutrition and cooking tips, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.